Good morning, YouTube. This is Etta with Divine Healings, and I'm out in nature this morning. Just this is what I do when things get a little complicated in my life, or when I have when negative thoughts come in my mind, trying to get me off track from what I'm doing. I come out here in nature and I listen to see what nature has to say. I, I sit quiet. Sometimes I hug a tree, but just being out in nature is just really peaceful. You know, if I had if I had the if I had the option, I would build me a little house right out here in nature to where I can see it first thing in the morning when I get up and see it last thing at night when I go to bed. Because it's to me, this is just so healing and rejuvenating just to get out here. Like I said, especially when you're having complications going on in your life. But we just have to remember who we are, that we are powerful light beings, and that no matter what comes our way, we can handle whatever situation comes our way because we have that power. God has given us that power. In being out here in nature, Mother Earth, which is so receptive in loving and giving, wraps her arms around us no matter who we are or what we are. She takes us in. So, first thing when I got out of my car this morning, guess what I saw? Well, guess what met me soon as I got out the car and got on the track to walk out into the woods? My spirit guide. I'm sorry, my animal totem, which is the hawk. And I done claimed the hawk as my animal totem because I see it all the time. Especially every time pretty much I come out in nature, sometime when I'm driving, I might see one flying across the way or sitting up on a pole or sitting up in a tree. In in I mean the hawk is a powerful it's a powerful animal totem. It reminds us to see the bigger picture, because they fly so high up in the sky. They're not as low as we are. So it tells us that, when I see the hawk, it reminds me that whatever may be going on in my life, I need to see the bigger picture because we have to remember that this life that we're in, it's only an illusion. And that's why we have to learn how to have self-control and to be able to understand and know what's actually going on, because if we don't, it'll throw us off track. It'll have us in a spiral of negative thinking. And so this is like I said, this is why I come out in nature, and then I have to always remember who I am. And just to let you all know, if you're having negative things going on in your life, negative people, negative situations, just understand what's happening. And it's what it's doing. What these situations do is it's for our growth. It's for us to grow and really understand. When you see these things happening, you know what it is, and you know how to handle it. So, like I said, sometimes, it can, if you're not strong enough, it can get a little overbearing at times. Sometimes it'll make you feel like giving up. Sometimes sometimes you feel like you might want to just throw in the towel and just say forget it. But we can't do that. We cannot do that because God got um, we have a mission here on this earth. And I've come to the conclusion that my mission is, what I've come to the conclusion to understand that I am an empath, and so I'm very sensitive to people, places, in certain things. And that's why I have to really keep myself grounded and centered, and be aware of my surroundings and know that every feeling that I have sometimes may not be my feeling, you know, especially when I'm in a large crowd of people. Like when I be at work, I have to really, really focus on figuring out, okay, now is this really my feelings or is this someone else's? Because being empathic, we can pick up on a lot of things. We can pick up on feelings. We can pick up on. It's just so many things we can pick up. Thinking, like I said, thinking. Sometimes we be thinking, and those thoughts don't be ours. So, like I say, we just have to find our place. We just have to, like I said, we just have to remember who we are, and know when things get too bad, what we have to do. First of all, we have to keep ourselves grounded, and we have to keep a protection around us at all times. Encasing ourselves in a golden bubble. Just imagine a big that we're especially when we go out into places, that we're encased in a golden bubble that can't nothing touch us because we're protected by this golden bubble that we're encased in. Or either we can pretend that we're well, I'm not going to say pretend, or either we can imagine that we're encased in a tube of light. you know so like I say, we all go through certain things in our life, and sometimes we might feel alone. You might feel like you don't have anyone, because sometimes we don't, because we're so different from everybody else. For me, like myself, I'm the black sheep of my family, so I'm different from everybody, and they don't really understand me. So like I said, I was born a Christian, and I had been just raised up as a Christian, going to church every Sunday. Parents was heavily involved in the church, and I left, and when I left, they didn't understand, but it was just the end of the road for me, because I just knew something wasn't right. I wasn't getting what I needed to get. I got tired of the hooping and hollering, preacher hooping and hollering, and just, as they say, a one verse. Charlie said one verse, and then he just take it on from there, and just, make people feel guilty and all that kind of stuff. I just got tired of that. So I knew it was something more to this life than what I was receiving every Sunday at church. So, and I left. Like I said, people did not understand. But I didn't, at the time when I left, I didn't realize that I was an empath. I was picking up on so many other people's feelings and the way they was thinking. I was picking up all that. So now, since I understand who I am, and why I came here, now I'm working on myself. And I think about every relationship pretty much I had in my life is because I drawed that to me because of the way I was thinking. you know so that's why we really have to be aware of our thoughts and what we're thinking and how we're thinking, and keep ourselves in, and constantly keep our minds saying affirmations. I'm a powerful light being. I vibrate at a high level. Just any type of positive affirmation to keep us on track, to remind us of who we are. Because like I said, we can easily get off track, if we don't understand and know what's happening and know who we are. So, like I said, you hear the birds. I just love it. Beautiful place, peaceful. No place I'd rather be. This is home for me. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. But anyway, I just wanted to just to share that information, just to share, my thoughts, and hopefully it'll be able to help somebody else, because this is what it's about as well, is us being helping others. Because it's like me. I've sat on so much information and knowledge until I know it's time for me to start sharing, because you never know who might be going through what you're going through. It's somebody out there that may be going through the same thing I'm going through, or it may be worse, or it may not be as bad. But somebody is going through something. So I hope this video helps whoever have ears to hear it. I hope it helps you, and I'm gonna eventually get my channel structured, but right now I'm just kind of